Welcome to the Answer Studio. You'll need an electric balloon inflator as well as a sizer box for today's project. I'm starting off with two 11-inch balloons that I'm going to inflate to nearly their full size, and using the sizer box, get them down to 7 inches in diameter. Press the balloon gently against the 7-inch hole in the box and slowly let air out until the balloon just passes through. Once both balloons are 7 inches in diameter, gently press them against the table to make sure they're nice and round, and then tie them into a pair by wrapping the nozzle around twice and tying them together in a simple knot. Repeat this step to create 13 of these blue pairs. Next, inflate two 5-inch balloons using a hand pump to 4 pumps of air or till they're about 4.5 inches in diameter. Tuck the nozzle of that first balloon under one of your fingers holding the pump while you inflate the second balloon to the exact same size. Then we're going to tie them together in a pair just like we did the larger balloons. Repeat these steps in order to make 14 of these tiny white and blue pairs. Join one 7-inch pair and one 4.5-inch pair together into a quad by overlapping them so that the nozzles touch, and then twist one balloon from each of those pairs around each other, locking it into a quad. Arrange the balloons so that they look just like this, and repeat to make 13 quads. This design is built on a 5-foot tall balloon stand made from an IKEA lamp, but know that you could apply this design to larger structures. Before attaching any balloon quad, make sure it's in this color orientation, as that will be critical to this design. Slip the quad onto the balloon stand so the pole of the stand sits between the two 4.5-inch balloons. Then take those two balloons and twist them around each other twice to secure this quad to the stand. Slip the next quad onto the stand between the 4.5-inch balloons, twist those two around each other, and then gently press down on the quad so that the balloons of this quad nestle between the balloons below it. The white balloon should always be sitting just to the left of the white balloon in the quad below. As I continue to add quads, I'm always rotating them clockwise one position so that white balloon slowly begins to spiral clockwise up the arch. You'll begin to notice that your quads aren't sitting level on the stand, and that's because of the smaller balloons. Every time I add a new quad and gently nestle it against the quad below, my current quad will angle down towards the small balloons. That is perfectly normal. We'll correct for that angle once we get to the top of the stand, but for now, it's most important that all of the balloons are snugged nice and close together so you don't get any major gaps. If you'd like to make this design, I have a set of written plans to go along with today's video. These include written step-by-step instructions, full color illustrations, as well as a complete supply list. You can find these plans and our ultimate bundle of plans for our balloon professional audience linked in the description box below. As I add the 13th quad to this column, you can really see how much of an angle those quads are sitting at. To help level out the top of this design, I'm going to take that last 4.5-inch balloon pair that we didn't tie into a quad and slip the nozzles of that pair against the larger balloons, wrap those two 4.5-inch around the pole and twist them around each other twice, and that will secure the pair to the pole and level off the top. Next, I want to show you two different ways to finish off this column. The first is to take a 24-inch light blue balloon, inflate it till it's nearly its full size, let a little bit of air out and press it against the table so it's nice and round, then tie the nozzle off in a knot, and to that knot, I'm going to tie an empty 260 balloon. The 260 will make it really easy to attach this balloon to the top of our column. Nestle the 24-inch balloon on top of the column so that the nozzles sit right in the center. Then you're going to pull that 260 tail nice and taut and wrap it in a figure-8 pattern around a couple of those balloons near the top of the column. Then you're going to move down and wrap it around a few balloons that are lower. This will prevent the topper balloon from pulling those last couple balloons of the column right off the stand. Then just tuck any of those 260 tails into the center of the design, and this column is ready for a party or event. But before you go, I want to show you another fun way to finish off this design using these rubber ducky foil balloons. I have one large one to sit on top of the column, and then 4 of these tiny ones to race down the spirals of the column. I've gone ahead and inflated the larger rubber ducky balloon, and to the nozzle of that balloon, I'm going to attach a 260 in order to attach it to the top of the column. Simply roll the nozzle of the foil balloon over the center of an empty 260 and then tie that 260 in a double knot, and then we can use the tail ends of that 260 to attach our duck to the top of the column, just like we did the 24-inch balloon a minute ago. Then I'm going to take the smaller rubber duckies and have them ride the larger blue spiral down the column. I'm going to secure the nozzle of the balloon to the back side of the duck using a glue dash. Place the adhesive and then simply fold that nozzle up and stick it to the back. That way you can't see it when the duck is on the column. I'm going to hold the duck so it looks like it's sitting on those dark blue balloons. And then anywhere the duck touches 1 or 2 balloons of the column, that's where I'm going to place my adhesive. I found that 2 to 3 glue dashes per duck was enough to hold them in place. Then I'm going to rotate the column and put another duck 2 to 3 balloons lower so they look like they're chasing each other down the column. I made this design for a fundraising duck dash event, but this would be so cute for either a baby shower or first birthday party. If you enjoyed today's project, you should check out this video. And until the next time, remember, stay creative, everybody!